Beef chillin', monkey chillin', gorilla, banana pillin', ape shit, your man's illin', evolution of a mad villain. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live again. Young Bill Fridge, Big Chillin', and today we're in studio with the MC Type. Tell him what's up.
What's up?
So it's been a minute. You and I have been working on a new album. You have been living in New Zealand, and you're in town right now just because you missed me.
Just because I miss you, yeah. Nothing to do with my family and Christmas. But yeah, man, I think last time we were hanging out was actually in a sex dungeon, I believe. Was that the last time?
I think that might have been the last time I saw you. I walked away and all my holes were intact. So thank you. Thank you for that.
It was a holy experience, yeah.
Yeah, we've been working on music together for a long time. You and I, my path kind of forged from the Seattle. I met you. You had the album cover. You had the Lusty Lady on the cover.
Shot by Ryan Lewis. Yeah.
Yeah. Macklemore and Ryan Lewis.
Yeah. Of Macklemore and Ryan Lewis.
Of Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. Yeah. He or you like, I think I don't remember where it was. It was like where I remember you giving me the CD. You're like, Fridge, I did a song about Lusty Lady, and I was like, oh yeah.
I remember the first time I met you was actually before that album came out.
Was it? Okay.
So we were at a Macklemore show.
Okay.
It was remember in the you were with Ricky Farrell.
Was it the Vera Project or
it
what
wasn't
was
the
this?
Vera Project? It was on the Hill, and it was when he just put out Welcome to MySpace, and me and Greaves were there, and you and Ricky Farrell were there, and it was funny because I always kind of thought you and Ricky Farrell were like the doppelganger of me and Greaves. So it was like, oh, it's them. That's kind of like us. And Macklemore's still better than all of us. All right.
Was that when his MySpace song got popping?
Yes. Yeah. So he came up with XP.
Yeah.
And I think he might even have long hair back then. Remember he had the long like blue hair?
Maybe, yeah.
Evergreen shit.
Yeah.
So that must have been 2005, 2006. But I don't think we even met. And I didn't know Ricky at that point. But I remember seeing you guys because I remember seeing Ricky later at Rainbow Room or whatever, if you remember. D-Easy, I think his name was, would have a night there.
Yeah.
And Ricky would play his stuff, and me and Murder Dice would play our stuff. We were in a group together. Yeah.
Way back.
And Dirty D was there. And there was a pool table and nobody there to listen.
Yeah. It was so much of that is a blur. So I understand now why I didn't remember that.
Yeah.
But we've worked on a ton of music together. You recorded a verse for my album Old Fashioned.
Yep.
And you referenced Greaves in the verse, and Greaves was going to be on the song, and it was running late, and I had this idea that I had to get the album out in time for the show I was doing with Riff Raff. I was like, I got to get it out in time for this Riff Raff show. This is going to be my make or break moment. It never is like that, but you get these fake ideas of like urgency in your head.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I gotta drop the track, drop you off the album. And I always regretted that because it was like, it would have been awesome if I waited.
It would have been quite weird without Greaves. You didn't make the wrong decision because I mean, it was absolutely like set up to be a 3-part song.
Yeah.
And I when you said that previously, I was like, I don't remember that song. And I looked back at my email and then was like, man, this song would have been pretty cool if Greaves actually came through. But I think, was Old Fashioned 2012? Is that?
Yeah.
Okay. So he had just put out Together Apart. I know he's just mad busy because he's been a big fan of yours for forever.
Oh no, it was not anything other than I had the idea that I had to hurry, so I had to make this dumb call. I should have waited, but time happens. It had to come out at some point, but we've done so much stuff since then. You did stuff. I think we worked together before on a weird nerdcore album I put out that nobody knows about.
I think the first feature I did was for Lunchbox.
The Soldiers, me and my buddy Tim.
Was that that wasn't the very first song we did? Because I was like digging around. There was other stuff.
Had we done stuff before that? Because I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, for sure. I think the first proper feature I had you on was from the Woods album, Hallelujah. Which was like You really
that was so. I love that song.
You crushed the hell out of me on that, and I was like, that's when I was like, man, I'm coming back to Fridge anytime I need someone to rap, because
I don't feel like I crushed that. I
Oh
feel
my
like that
God.
song is like so good all the way through. It's just like the hook, the verses. When I listen to it, it's like it feels like I'm listening to some something that like is deeper. Like, you know, it's just like there's layers to it. And it's just when I listen to it, I'm like, this is good. This is just good music. So
the stuff we're working on now. That's
yeah, we got a full album in the works. We were just literally in the studio moments ago. We hopped out of the studio.
Shout out to Smoke, who's producing everything, and dude's on fire. He's amazing.
Yeah, Smoke. I was working with Smoke many years ago and just kind of drifted away from doing like anything in public. I became like an internet man.
Is this pre-COVID?
Yeah.
You were ahead of the curve.
I was ahead of the curve.
You started COVID. You were like, you were the lab in Wuhan.
There are theories, like there's video evidence.
The virus came from Billy.
Like months, like within like a week after I chewed bubble gum off of the gum wall in Pike Place Market, I was live streaming. And someone was like $100 to chew bubblegum off the wall. And I had these two girls who were like from Asia. They were tourists. I was like, pick the gum for me. And she was like, oh, ha, ha, and picked like a really gnarly piece. I was like, oh, you hate me? And she's like, no, this one. Picked a cute one. I chewed the gum, probably breathed COVID onto them, and they probably brought it back there.
Yeah.
So I do think there is possible
that you started
that I was ground zero.
You started it.
It could have been.
Have you had COVID before?
Yeah, I had COVID, and then I had heart failure like a year after COVID.
Which one was worse?
No, I'm yeah.
Bro, I've had COVID, I think 3 times, and honestly, wasn't that fucking big a deal. You know what I mean? I'm not. Yeah. I got the jab too.
There's a higher rate in heart failure after COVID, and people like I got the heart failure, and they're like, it's because you got the vaccine. No. And I'm like I would love to blame it on that. I'm gigantic. It runs in my family. Like there's so many reasons why I would have it over the vaccine, but I think I'm just going to become like an anti-vaxxer.
I want to, just because like I actually do like RFK.
Yeah,
he seems pretty sweet. I like hearing people rant about cereal ingredients, and he's like, "What's up with his voice?" By the way, like, did he get his vocal cords ripped out? Is that the brainworm? Like, what?
It wasn't the brainworm. It was something though. It was like was it a cancer or something? I don't know.
His voice is unique. You know,
I know the answer.
It's bad. It's
I know the answer. I think his sister has a similar affectation too, from the same like similar thing that happened to him. Weird that would happen to both of them.
I'm not mad at that dude though. I'm really not. Like, my parents are like, yo, he wants to take away the polio vax. I'm like, you know, let's throw the dice. Let's see what happens. You know, like maybe polio's cool again. I don't know.
Yeah, polio, whatever. As long as I get my beef tallow French fries, bring back the beef tallow.
That was a cold fucking cock slap from Trump to take a picture of them eating McDonald's though, because you know he was like, no, I'm not going to do this. Or I don't know. Maybe.
And then did you see Trump taking the picture when the drones were big? He's got he posted a meme picture of Chris Christie getting multiple drone deliveries of McDonald's while he's sitting down chowing. It's like an anti-fat. It's like, you literally just bumped up McDonald's on your way to the presidency, and now you're using it to call Chris Christie fat?
It's wild to see the politicians meme. Like when Biden tweeted the night Biden or whatever, you know, like the red eye Biden, like, hey, just how we drew it up. It's like, that shit's so surreal to me, because like there are people that are like fucking deep state, you know, like people probably take that. It's coming from the president. Yeah. Not everyone gets irony.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's weird.
Or dark Biden, is that what they call it? I don't know.
Yeah, Dark Brandon.
Dark Brandon, there we go. Yeah.
Spooky Girl in the chat says, congrats on the new show, Billy. Yeah, there's a 40% chance I'm getting fired because I had to take tonight off. I had this planned out with Type. We're recording. Working on the new album
from New Zealand, but like, yeah, you're plug the show. Plug the show. What's the new show?
I don't got to plug the show. It's big. It's bigger than this.
Oh shit!
It's everybody knows it.
Why didn't you bring me on that show then?
I should have. Yeah, it's just like it's gonna be huge if I don't get fired.
If I get you fired, I'll move you to New Zealand. Then.
Cool. Yeah. Fuck it. Yeah. We're golden.
Kiwi it up, bro.
No, I'm so very happy to be sitting down with you. I've been literally waiting months for this since we talked about it, and you were going to be in town. So
yeah, dude,
it's just, this is one of those things that doesn't matter how much fortune and fame.
we literally we like completely 180'd. So last time we hung out, it was a sex dungeon.
Yeah.
Today we recorded a song about a dog park.
Yeah. Nothing to do with sex.
Innocent. Yeah.
Nothing to do with sex. Just good boys. Good boy
not
stuff.
An allegory for anything.
Just good boy stuff.
We're of the people.
Yeah.
Or I just love bitches. I don't know.
It's not even like that. It's actually just a sweet boy song. It's good dogs.
We're sweet boys.
There's something wrong with us because we just think things are funny. It's just fun.
It should all be funny.
Yeah.
It should all be funny. I mean, there's a lot of ugliness in the world for sure. And I always find the best medicine for it is laughter. Like, and you know, I think you seeing through the same lens as me.
Yeah. When it was almost a year ago, we did that show together, and like a bunch of my friends came out and they hadn't seen you before, and they were watching, and they were like you could see that their appreciation for what I do immediately transferred to what you do, and they're like, "Oh shit!"
Oh, they're like, "It's Uncle Fester with cancer, but like but talks like you."
Yeah, there's more. But
I know we might be missing twins, like
scumbag twins.
Scumbag twins.
No big deal. Seattle made us somehow.
Oh man, I do love Seattle. It is good to be back. There's some things. It's actually weird. It's like real Seattle centric brands. So not like Starbucks, but like Dick's Drive-In and Pagliacci and Spuds. It's like I would ride for them. You know what I mean? Like the brands that fed me growing up. And like I actually think those are like good companies run by good people. I don't know, maybe I'm bamboozled, or maybe the wool's over.
I definitely still feel like Mod Pizza is acceptably local, even though they're kind of worldwide.
They're like national chain, yeah?
Yeah, they blew up. I think they had even stores in UK. If they still don't, they had them.
Did LeBron invest in them or something like that? I don't know. I think he might. Or Blaze. Sorry, that was Blaze Pizza.
Okay,
Pizza.
Yeah, Mod Pizza though. I consider them acceptably local still. Pagliacci is obviously local. Taco Time. How you feel about Taco Time?
Yo, thank you. No, I was so sad. So the one in Wallingford, the big glass structure, is now a Chipotle, and I was very sad. Taco Time has that great.
That's a Chipotle?
Yeah, it's a Chipotle.
I have not been in that area for a minute.
Yeah. That was my favorite. I think if you want to rate neighborhoods now? We'll go back. We'll go top 5. Count starting from 5. Yeah, I'll go first.
If anybody's watching right now and thinks of moving to Seattle, this is your moment
where you might want to move.
Yeah, tell us why, each neighborhood and why.
It's going to be hard. Should we start with 1?
Yeah,
let's start with 1. My number 1 is Wallingford. I love Wallingford. They have that nice park, Good Shepherd. They have the community center. They have all those. They used to have a bar called Moon Temple, which was amazing. And they had, I think, one of the original Dick's drive-ins there. It's where Murder Dice grew up. Wallingford has always felt like home. I like those stores that are in houses now. So they have like a Thai restaurant that's in a house, a Mexican restaurant that's in like a house, on the main road. So Wallingford for me, number 1. Love Wallingford. Right by the zoo. Wallingford. Right by Green Lake. Wallingford, number 1.
Wallingford. I'm a North End guy. I feel like Ballard is the spot. Like,
it is the spot.
It's just north enough and also just connected to Seattle enough where like you can get in and get out, and then also just enjoy Ballard because there's a bunch of good shit in Ballard.
Oh, there's tons of good shit in Ballard. Are we counting Golden Gardens as like a Ballard offshoot?
Oh yeah. All the Ballard High School kids will get drunk at Golden Gardens.
Our guy Grinchy.
Yeah,
love the Grinchy.
Young Grinch.
It is Christmas time. You can't not talk about Grinch.
Yeah. That's. I think Ballard might be my top.
We can't double up, right? Because like Ballard was going to be my 2.
Yeah, sorry.
No, I love that. Now I'm almost jealous. That's a good pick. Whew. Ballard's got some good stuff. A Water Wheel in Ballard's one of my favorite dive bars. If it's still around, I'm not sure. It was like my secondary to Yenwar. Oh, there we go.
That's
Number
Greenwood?
2 neighborhood, Greenwood. Yes.
Yeah, Greenwood is solid.
Love Greenwood.
Greenwood is the in between the naughty 99 and Ballard.
Yeah. There's Greenwood.
You can tell that we're we might be biased, but I think that nah. I'm gonna go number 2, and this is a dumb one because I don't know if it's the same as like my heart remembers it, but Capitol Hill.
Yeah,
it's just there's just too many
high pick,
too many moments in Capitol Hill that are like prime Bill Fridge moments. So I gotta put that down before anywhere else.
I'm just a Bill.
Yeah, man. I made a couple bucks off that one.
Yes, sir.
You just happened to get you in that video.
Good. Yeah, that's funny because I was working at a restaurant on Capitol Hill. Yeah, Capitol Hill's will forever be popping. It's popping in Seattle. You can't miss it. Man, number 3.
Yeah.
Number 3 neighborhood. I love Leshai. I'm gonna throw Leshai out there.
Leshai's good.
On the other side, it's on the other lake, on Lake Washington. There's some cool coffee shops. It's like I feel like Leshai is like remember the movie Singles? It takes place on Capitol Hills. Cameron Crowe, 1991.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it. I don't remember anything about it. I know I watched it once.
Pearl
many
Jam
years
was
ago.
in that.
Yeah,
like they had their finger on the pulse when they made that movie. It was nuts.
I remember watching it, but I don't remember anything about it.
Yeah, it's a good rewatch. It's a good rewatch just because it is like a time capsule for our childhood. But I feel like some of the grunge bands were living in Leshai. You know what I mean? Like I feel like there was an artist community that obviously where it all happened was the Hill, but I think Leshai area coffee shops, artists, I think is still pretty cool.
Yeah. My third,
you're not doing anything up north. Is that everything? I feel like we can count Tacoma as a Seattle neighborhood.
Right.
We can count Shoreline as a Seattle neighborhood. We were just talking about that, how like where I live in Auckland in New Zealand is one of the larger geographical areas for counting the population as Auckland, but it's 1.5 million about. But really it's like as spread out as like we would count Shoreline to Tacoma as Seattle.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same.
I like Georgetown.
Yeah.
Georgetown has some great memories. The Dead Baby Bikes Festival.
Oh, yeah.
Down there is fucking just Mad Max on bikes. It's some cool shit. It's greasy. You go down there, they shut the little area down, and like you'll see people just jumping through flaming hoops on their bicycles. It's like,
and great breweries.
Yeah. Oh yeah, good food, really good food.
9 Pound Hammer.
Yeah, really good stuff down there. So that's my third, I think.
All right, and so my fourth is actually, thank you for the inspiration, is Fremont because of the naked biking in Fremont.
Yeah,
and you got kind of, I mean, it's sistered up against Wallingford. This is probably more Wallingford, but Gasworks and then all the houseboats right there, kind of going into Fremont. Fremont has a good story about Hales Ales, actually. So if you've ever been to Hales Ales, they got a good cream ale. It's like Boddington's.
Yeah.
But no one was ever fucking there back in the day. And for Greaves's birthday, I think it was 2012. We're like, what you want to do for your birthday? And he's like, I want you to dress like a bunch of bitches and take me out. And so Gomez Dyson are like, bet, motherfucker. So we went to the thrift store and we got dresses and wigs and shit. And we showed up and we're like, we're going to the bars. But we were like, let's not go somewhere busy. And so we went to Hales Ales and there were 2 people in there. And it was my ex-girlfriend and their new boyfriend. I handed that guy the biggest win of all time, man. Like,
wrong.
What's funny is she even like hit me up later and she was like, I didn't recognize you and Gomez, but I was like, why is Dice and a dashiki? You know? So number 4, Fremont. Yeah.
It's great she didn't recognize you.
Yeah. I can pass, baby. And I am a bitch. Yeah.
Yeah. Fremont is great. I'm going to take my number 4, and this is a tough one because I don't know if this is the proper area, but it's Northgate area, but Maple Leaf specifically.
Oh yeah.
Maple Leaf is 1987 City of the Year in America. I think it was 1980 is City of the Year in America in the 80s.
City of the Year.
The Town of the Year or whatever.
Woo.
Maple Leaf was the Town of the Year. Big deal.
I think that's kind of. I went to high school at Roosevelt, and I think it's basically Maple Leaf.
Yeah,
more or less. Yeah. So I fuck with that.
And it's right there by Northgate, right there in the middle of things. And I grew up like I was a Northgate boy. Northgate Mall was. I was there probably as much as Ted Bundy.
Yo. The Red Robin was up there.
Oh yeah, I hit up that Red Robin on occasion.
Ooh, yeah.
Red Robin Royal with the egg on it.
All right. So my 5, I gotta give some love to West Seattle. I feel like it's the one that gets left out.
Yeah,
takes a while to get there. But I went to Gomez was doing a cocktail night at Revelry Room on California, which is a really cool upstart cocktail thing, locally owned, Black owned, and they're doing some cool shit. So Revelry Room, West Seattle, that's good stuff.
Do you consider that Alki or no?
I don't. No, it's not Alki really. No,
because
but Alki. I mean, I would consider Alki West Seattle.
Yeah, right.
And then you get some spuds in there.
So if you're counting Alki in West Seattle,
yeah. So
then I won't do Alki.
Okay.
Then I'll do because Alki's got the best view of the city.
Oh yeah.
From across the water, like the big city. And then I think the best view of the Space Needle is Queen Anne.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think Queen Anne has to top off the list for me.
Love it.
Queen Anne, the houses in Queen Anne all look like some
That's
Victorian
where Fraser
Disney
Crane's
shit.
view is like Elliott Bay, Queen Anne.
Yeah.
Fictionally or whatever.
Yeah.
Have you seen the reboot of Fraser Crane?
I haven't. No, I heard about it.
It's actually pretty good.
Because the showrunner came after some buddies of mine because they were protesting the anti Dave Chappelle Netflix. They were counter protesting the anti Dave Chappelle, and my buddy Vito came in with this giant sign that said "Jokes are funny," and the showrunner of Frasier was like
New Frasier.
Showrunner of New Frasier was pissed because I guess his son or daughter, I don't know which one they identify as. I don't know them personally, but they were trans. So he like took Vito's sign, broke it, and then Vito had the broken sign in his hand, and the showrunner was like, "He's trying to kill me. He's got a weapon. He's got a weapon." And then Vito was like almost gonna get like murdered by all these angry anti-Chappelle people. And so after that, I was like, I want to watch it, but I'm not. It's not a priority.
Not a have to watch it.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. It was an airplane watch. So like, I don't even know if it's really good. Cause like for me, anything I watch on an airplane, because I'm so desperate to be not in that environment, I'm immediately enthralled with. So like, I was like, this show's amazing. Watched all 10 episodes of the first season. But I have no fucking clue. Cause I thought horrible movies were great on an airplane.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. When you're captivated or a captive audience.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, it's something else.
You're like, thank you. You know, like, you're part of it's like your Stockholm syndrome to Frasier.
Yeah.
You know?
Dirty Curdy in the chat said old Frasier was goated. Yeah. Old Frasier was
straight up. The writing is so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Everything,
no joke.
Every
man.
act is like very well placed.
I literally, when ChatGPT came out, the first thing I tried to use it for was my fan fiction version of a what was that movie with Michael Keaton about like the Batman? Was it Birdman?
Birdman, yeah.
So like a Birdman version of Frasier, where like Fraser Crane was this maniac cokehead, you know, and so like I had ChatGPT write me the series, and it was honestly pretty funny. Like I was like, have Daphne accuse Frasier of like being high on coke, and they got the dialogue right, and that was the early ChatGPT 2. So I was like, man, have you messed with the AI stuff at all?
A little bit. I got early on the Mid Journey, and then I got my Discord banned because I was in all of Martin Shkreli's moderators, and his Discord got banned. So my whole Discord shut down, and my Mid Journey my subscription got shut down. So I quit. Like it was like back when it was like Gen 1 or 2.
Okay.
And I just ever since then I got kind of butthurt that I was
the good one is Ideogram. That's what we use in advertising.
Okay.
Or like at least the people like Ideogram.ai. It's free for 10 generations for 24 hours, and then you can do but it gets how I could tell is better than the other ones. It gets like if you're like big Chillin, it will actually spell it right and legible letters, and that's Mid-Journey couldn't really do that. It made everything look like you could tell because fingers would be all weird, like people are melting a little bit.
It's gotten a lot better over the generations, but it'd be interesting to check it out. I check out a few of them every once in a while. I know my buddies Jordan and James Garrett, they are killing it. Like they're traveling the world with AI production and stuff. It's so dope. It's just I love following them. I love following my other buddies that are in the circle that are doing stuff. I think it's very interesting to watch how AI is learning and getting better. And it's like you wonder when it's that tipping point where it just starts to take over.
We're gonna fuse with computers for sure. Like it's definitely like it's like right now, 10 years ago, people are like, can people of the same sex marry people of the same sex? The argument in the future is gonna be like people dating computers. Like that's gonna happen. Like people are and eventually we're just all gonna be computers. It's just gonna and I'm not mad at that, honestly, because they're a little bit more efficient than I am. I make lots of fucking mistakes.
At what point are we going to have like real-time AI running in our like glasses or whatever that lets us know the optimal choice to make at all times?
That would have helped me so fucking much.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this thing you're about to eat, don't eat that. Like this is almost as good, less calories, better for your this reasons. And it's like right here, go get this. Like if you want this, try this. It'll make you healthier. Like on that level, on literally everything, if it's just something telling you what is similar but better, just gradually increasing your life.
I would 100% be up for being subservient to AI decisions for the population. Like straight, like who are we trusting now? You know what I mean? When they're getting Matt Gaetz to do shit and like RFK pulling the polio, I'm sure AI could be like, yeah, no, that works. Or, like AI's got it.
Do we tear down the Constitution and replace it with AI?
Can we say that on YouTube?
I don't think we can.
No. That's a joke. But is it? I'm not one of like, honestly, people like, oh, AI is going to replace our jobs. And for me being in a job, which would be, easily replaced by AI, I look at it like a pencil or a keyboard.
Yeah.
It's just another tool where like no one will be able to replace your creative input or fingerprint of your taste. So it's just another asset I can use. I'm not worried about AI at all. And what I would love when I see people working at McDonald's that are getting replaced by a kiosk, I worked that job. That job sucks.
Yeah.
I'm glad your job got taken because now you're just going to do something better with your life.
Yeah, better, or they give them a fucking was it UBI, Universal Basic Income?
Yes.
Just give them enough to eat and sleep, and then anybody who wants more than that, go out and get it.
Go achieve. I totally agree. People should just live and be allowed to live. I 100% agree with that. And then if you want to contribute more to society, go for it. I mean, that's like what I've been spending my excess money on recently. Finally, as a 43-year-old, is like finding charities that I agree with and shit like that. Where I'm like, because I can burn it at a bar easily. I can burn $50 at a bar in minutes. But I've been like recently in New Zealand. They have this thing called Orange Sky Project, and it's a van that has a washer, dryer, and a shower.
Oh,
so they go up to houseless people, and because nothing will make you feel less human than not having, like being nice and clean and having your shit washed.
I got shit in my pants right now.
Yeah, and then they have a conversation with you while you're doing this too, so you get talked to instead of ignored and people walking by. Yeah. So like that's easy. Toss $50 towards that. That's a good way to,
Yeah.
And so I'm feeling really like high and mighty about this, right? And I noticed that, one of my mutual friends on Instagram follows this charity. So I was like, hey, Mark, you donate to Orange Sky Project? And he's like, I've been driving the van every Monday morning for 2 years. So I'm like thinking big dick over here. Yeah, fucking, I give you $50 a month. He's actually been doing it silently for 2 years while I've known him. And he's like, you want to come? And I'm like, oh, no.
I got $50, dude. I gave $50.
We'll put it up to 60 next month. I don't know.
I'll fill the tank. I got you. You got this.
But yeah, I think there's just much better stuff we could do with our time, with our money. But
yeah, We're gonna have to get there at some point. I think you kind of have to look at, like, if a computer can do this job more efficiently and a human is wasting their time, it becomes like a new level of almost slavery, right? Like, why are you putting someone's time and space into something that is not needed?
The very weird transition is going to be when we consider that the computers are in slavery. So like when we say like, well, the kiosk shouldn't have to sit there and be the kiosk. Cause like, and I don't mean in no disparaging way to people who are working at McDonald's. Like I said, I did it. I don't mean like you are worse for doing the job.
Yeah.
I just mean like, I think you are better than the job no matter who you are.
Yeah.
You know, and if a kiosk can do it, I'd rather have you drawing in crayon or, you know, whatever some sort of creative outlet, something makes you feel fulfilled. Cause I know for me, that didn't make me feel fulfilled.
Yeah.
And when are we going to start thinking about like feeling bad for AI, you know?
We can't, right? Because I don't feel bad for those people that are at McDonald's. Like, I don't feel bad for people that I know I should feel bad for.
Put the fries in the bag.
You put the fries in the bag, little boy. I don't feel bad for anything because, like, it's just life. Life just sucks sometimes. And you got to go through the bad. And when you get through the bad, you're kind of better off for it.
I don't disagree with that. I mean, we're constantly making choices.
Yeah.
And if you choose to feel shitty about something, that's literally your choice. That's why, like, I used to be like a jealous partner. And then I realized like jealousy doesn't serve me. So like, if you want to fuck my girlfriend, you can. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, honestly, if you can, I'm impressed because I got it pretty fucking good. But no, the idea is, well, I think you might relate to this. I try and just do things that make people feel better, no matter where they are. I can't feel bad for you, but what I can do is try and give you something to smile about, something to laugh about, something to make your day better. And that's where my emotion goes. It's a positive, charged reaction to that.
Right. I think that's why we both gravitate towards hard satire and like really intense humor.
Yeah.
Is because, you know, laughter is the medicine to these things that are incredibly hard to deal with on an emotional level. So, you know, we could just start making fun of Gaza right now. You know, like all that, you know, it's like, how do you do it? How do you cope with it? I'm donating to feed kids there too, by the way. But just, but my friend Mark, this motherfucker,
fucking Mark.
Yeah. Shout out to Mark. He's a good dude.
Guy, Mark.
Yeah.
Good
Fuck
guy,
you,
Mark.
But
I think that's the big secret to not feeling bad for people, is knowing that you give like something better to people, you know? Like, I've offered a solution. If you're suffering, fuck man, I know. Like I might be too.
Yeah. I mean, we always are. Like we have our own battles, and it's like it was interesting to see in the UK, they've made it now sexual harassment to call a bald male bald. You can't say the B word. So like I jokingly was like, haha, you guys can't say the B word anymore. Kidding entirely, because like I would never reference that as any sort of slur, or, you know, as a guy claim sexual harassment. It's a lot harder to be a woman. As far as that goes. But it is interesting to see where things are edging, because like I don't love being bald, you know what I mean? Like, I don't love it, but I also like, I can deal with it, you know what I mean? Like I can handle you call me bald right now, you know, I'm not going to be too upset. I think that kind of energy could be placed in different areas where people are actually like, they need it, you know?
Yeah, it's a wicked world, because you do get that empathy is monetized, and people just, like, you work in the ad industry. I don't know.
No problem.
Well, I don't know if you're part of like the ads that like specifically create ads based on division. Like you know
what's interesting though is because I've only worked in 2 countries, which is United States and New Zealand. There are 2 countries in the world where it's legal to advertise pharmaceuticals. Can you guess which 2 countries those are?
Is it New Zealand and United States?
It's New Zealand and the United States. I don't think you should be able to advertise it. If you're in the UK, you don't see Skyrizi ads, you know, you don't see Ozempic ads. They don't need to push stuff we already have our problems. We don't need someone, it's like if I don't even think Rogaine should be advertised. You know what I mean? And I'm a bald guy.
Yeah.
Let me decide if I fucking care about that. I'm going to keep on bringing up I'm bald. Like,
and I'm bald.
I'm bald, damn it. I got
And I give $50 a month to a bald charity.
I do. But Mark actually works for the
son of a bitch, Mark.
Fucking Mark. But no, it's interesting because it's a totally different approach in New Zealand. Because the healthcare system works differently there, so it's not as much. But here is they're just trying to sell you that shit. They want you to feel like you have problems. It's not good.
Yeah. But we are. What's the idea? Create the problem and then sell the solution.
The cure is the problem, or like like a cure was what caused the. Yeah, no, that's absolutely true.
Oops.
Whoopsie.
It's a consumer nation since World War II. We've just been about consuming, and that's become the culture. That's become, the vibe. And luckily, we have something to sell. Shitty rap.
Hey,
you still get mad when we say shitty rap? Is that
no? That's I mean. I'm comfortable with like what I am able to bring to the table.
Yeah.
In rap music and whatever that is. I don't mind if someone says I'm bad, to them I'm bad. I don't mind if they call it comedy.
Yeah.
It's probably supposed to be.
I like to call it shitty rap that way.
Yeah.
If someone agrees with me, I beat you to the punch, but usually it's like, no, this is dope. This is dope.
And here's the thing. I'm not the Roots. You know what I mean? I'm not Black Thought. And I never want to step on those feet. Like I saw Mos Def actually in Auckland at a 400-person venue, but he was doing a MF Doom tribute, which was kind of strange because he did his own thing. I mean, he was like lights off, no lights on the stage, and just paid a tribute to his dude, and that was cool. But secretly, everyone wanted to hear a Mos Def song. It never came. It never came. But it's like I understand when I go see rap acts like Mos Def and rap acts like the Roots, that I'm shitty rap. That's not, I have no problem with that at all. Like no problem at all. It's not that. I'll say that,
But like you couldn't be that. It's just not, it's not in you. It's not who you are.
Right. And I'm not trying to be it either. Is it, label it what it is. Call me for what I am. I'm all good with that. Call me bald. Say the B word.
West Coast legend Crooked Eye. I don't know if you're familiar with Crooked Eye.
Yeah, of course.
Crooked Eye. He's always been like someone I followed. Before I met him, he was really cool to me one night at a rap battle that I met him at, and he's really I appreciate him ever since for different reasons. But I thought he was dope before that, and then I followed him closely, and he's always the type of guy that's like, I think he watched a nerdcore hip hop documentary, and he's like nerdcore. He's like they're doing what they know. He's like, this is dope. He's like he doesn't look at rap as being like one thing, even though you could very much come from the West Coast. You could pigeonhole yourself. You could be like, this is hip hop. He's like, no, everything is just be true to yourself type of thing. And I got moments of like big respect. Like that's it's not what you think it is. It's what you make it.
Yeah, because I think hip hop. We're gonna sound so cheesy, but it's always been like such a rooted in authenticity art form that's why you see guys like Open Mike Eagle giving respect to MC Paul Barman.
Yeah,
and it's like Open Mike's crushing it on so many different levels, but he can recognize. And I'm not a fan of Paul Barman. He can recognize what Paul Barman's doing, which is for one thing, staying intrinsically true to who he is as a person, which is one of the core. It's the fifth element of hip hop.
You have anything right now that you're listening to that is like the new cool shit?
Yeah, no, I mean it's the new obviously cool shit. Like we think we were talking about it with Ken right before we started, but the new Tyler the Creator is, to me, and I haven't been a fan of his past stuff, but to me sounds like a lost Outkast album, like something that took place between ATLiens and Stankonia.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of respect. I mean, it's dope. It's like Chromacopia, I think it's called.
I gotta listen to it. I haven't heard it yet.
It's really good front to back. But yeah, so that for me, and then other than that, I've been getting into like really obscure Australian punk and stuff like that. Because I used to be a big punk guy, and so I've been saying, oh, what sounds like this? What sounds like this? So I'm getting into weird stuff over there in the Southern Hemisphere. I feel like a teenager again. My problem with like new music is I think I listen to everything that I used to listen to from age 16 to 24 and just listen to that. You know, like that's just still what I think is good. I'm excited to hear Missionary. Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg's
is that out now?
It is out.
Okay, yeah.
It just came out on the 13th.
I saw something about it, like the cover, and I was like, okay.
A+. Yeah. I mean, title's good. I hope it's like Doggy Style.
Yeah, Doggy Style was the first CD that I bought like in person. And I think I was like, I wasn't old enough to buy it, but I was like a big guy.
You knew it was good when it had the explicit. Oh, yeah. We should just make that the cover of our album. That was just so cool. The explicit lyrics. Like I was like, oh, I know I want that now.
Yeah.
That's going to be dope.
The art on that little comic book, it was like perfect for a young kid on the West Coast.
Did they pay someone like $10 to draw that? I mean, I feel like I could draw that now, but it's awesome. You know what I mean? It's like, because you associate it with those memories and that feel and like, yeah, great record for sure. I think mine was Cypress Hill, Black Sunday.
Okay.
Had the sticker on there. I think that was the first one I bought.
I remember an early purchase. I think Cypress Hill was one of the songs on it, but it was the Friday soundtrack.
Oh yeah.
I was big on soundtracks.
Oh, me too. What happened? Remember they had the soundtrack called the soundtrack?
Yeah.
It was like a double disc, dude.
Yeah. The soundtracks used to be like, they knew that if a movie was going to be coming out that was any sort of related to the culture, that they could sell it with bomb songs and then make just as much money selling the album.
I mean, Coolio's biggest hit was made for a movie. You know, like Gangsta's Paradise was made for Michelle Pfeiffer's teacher movie. I don't remember the name of the movie. I just know that in New Zealand, if you're going out for karaoke and you get there right when it starts, you better sign up for Gangsta's Paradise, because if you don't, someone else has already signed up for it. It's going to happen right away. It pops off. It's like time traveling 20 years ago. It's kind of cool. There's still malls and shit. And then like all that kind of like Boys to Men.
That's
popping.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. The movie that was from, and it always takes me one step to remember the movie. It's Dangerous Minds.
There it is.
But I always have to go through High School High first. It was the parody with John Lovitz.
Yeah.
He parodied it.
He was the teacher.
I always go High School High and then Dangerous Minds.
Yes.
Because I can't remember directly.
Been spending most our lives.
And then the other parody of that song, which I always think about
Amish
before
Paradise.
I think of Gangster Paradise, is Amish Paradise.
Amish Paradise.
Weird Al has superseded most of these damn songs.
Yeah, it is interesting because I'm mostly against parody. Like I don't love parody. It's not in music. It's not my favorite thing.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it, but I am a huge fan of Weird Al.
Al's cool. Al's cool. It's like to me, it's like it's his thing almost. Yeah. It's like if you're doing it, like no, you're doing Weird Al's thing.
Yeah,
you know.
I've done a few parody things in my day, and I never went full balls into it because I couldn't be that guy. But I was like, I kind of want to do it. I kind of want to do it. I'm gonna do it. But
that's the thing is we're both like huge music fans too, obviously, and it's hard not to fan out sometimes and want to do your version or like that's why karaoke's fun. It's like you're just like, oh, I want to bring my flavor to this, but I try not to. I hate covers too for the most part. I hate covers.
I kind of want to do covers just to see, but like I want to do like a whole album of covers that are like I'm Just a Girl type of like the all female based covers done by a little gay dude, little Bill
did
Fridge.
You hear the recent Weezer album where they covered Creep by TLC?
Oh, damn it. Yeah.
So like I kind of can respect. And then I mean I unabashedly loved Rick Rubin's series with Johnny Cash. Where they're covering 9 Inch Nails for Heard, and they covered my favorite Beatles song was In My Life, and they covered that. And I mean, they were just 10 for 10. Everything was really dude.
Paul Anka does a really good cover album.
Actually, and that Richard Cheese.
Yes.
Richard Cheese is incredible.
Yeah.
Man, that's a whole nother level. Yeah. That's a whole nother level. I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. So good.
Damn it. Damn it.
I know that's one of those gimmicks where I'm like, oh, that could have got me famous. Fuck. Like just like, anyone can lounge sing. You know, he's not particularly great. He's solid, but you know.
Yeah, I think I saw him live before a Tim and Eric show here in Seattle. Tim and Eric, I was going to see them for a while, and he was opening for them. I think one of the early ones I saw.
You know who else is great Vegas act? Steel Panther. Have you seen them? You heard of them?
I know I've heard of them, but I can't recall.
It's a hair metal thing, and so like that. I think they play at. Fuck. They're like in house at one of the casinos.
Yeah.
Like Hard Rock. Anyways, they're hysterical. They're like on the Richard Cheese level. We should go out to Vegas. That's where we should bring our act out to is Vegas.
Yeah. There's some Vegas in us.
Yeah.
I always thought maybe I could retire as like a lounge singer or like a cruise ship singer if I need to.
Yo, I had a dream that's how we released our album. was we did a cruise ship that was like a year-round cruise ship.
Yeah.
And so we each had a night where you hosted karaoke. It was a long dream. I had a night where I hosted karaoke. Then I had a night where I played solo music of mine and you backed me up. And then you played solo music of yours and I backed you up. Then we did our group stuff. Then we had a night off. Like I literally was on this cruise for like a year. That's time in dreams is great. Cause I experienced the whole year and was like, oh, maybe I'll bring that up to Bill. I don't know. But
we'll just have to do like a year-long cruise residency.
I would do it. I mean, it's free rent and board.
Right? You get all the food.
They might even give us a big bedroom. I don't think they give
we have to share it.
All right, bunk beds, baby. Cruises. Have you ever been on a cruise?
No.
They're pretty sweet. My sister and I went on one through the Panama Canal on a sailboat cruise ship. Like they run on wind.
Yeah,
run on wind.
Cruises are in that weird zone where like they're too classy for my bum friends and too bummy for my classy friends. So I never really have.
Your guy. I'm right. I mean, that's my zone. I'm an unclassy, classy guy.
Right.
I mean, if we can get on for free, we should be getting paid big.
Yeah, comedy something. Get us seated on the cruise.
The old whites will love us, dude.
Old whites love me.
They do.
New whites, not as much.
Yeah, they don't get it.
Yeah, I got pinchable cheeks. Grandmas just come up and pinch my cheekies. If I got the hair down, I'll get a nice.
Oh, dude, that's it. Like the old guys are like, I got more hair than you. And I'm like,
your dick probably works better too.
Did you just call me bald? Yeah, straight up, man. I don't think I've had a boner in 2 years.
Nah, we're just guys that want to retire on cruise ships. It's not a big deal.
Easy.
We're not asking much.
I would definitely bang a senior citizen. I don't know about you. I don't know.
I think the ultimate three-way is Dolly Parton and Elvira.
Ooh, still forever. It's just
forever. Yeah, till the day I die or they die. Like that's the triad.
And even after they die, it would be kind of hot.
Yeah, like there's some time. There's a window. No.
All right, necrophilia jokes. No.
It's just us. Like if we didn't say something, like I know you and you know me, we're both holding back.
I've been waiting to bring up John Bonet.
I think I saw a recent Netflix or something.
Did you watch that?
I haven't. No, is it any good?
It's pretty fucking good. Because all I remembered was thinking, oh, the parents did it.
Yeah,
you know. So just watch. Like I wouldn't. No spoilers, right? Just watch it because like that's the memory I had in my core for some reason.
Yeah.
Literally, I went to college at University of Colorado. One of my college professors is in that documentary. I took that guy's class. It is definitely not how I remember. I'll just say that. It was a good doc.
Yeah. I
like the true crimes though. We were talking about this earlier. It's like very interesting that men are more prone to other content and women love the true crime.
Women love true crime. Men love like the shoot 'em up gangster stuff. And
right, like Sopranos versus, you know,
it's the fantasy. Like guys want to be the one that like
the killer and
the killer, the attacker.
Want to be the victim.
It's literally comes. It's like you won't say this, but like people who work in demographic based jobs, advertising and stuff, they have to take this type of thing into play because this is what people respond to. And it's, you can't
We're
really
gonna see that all that stuff play out with all this data mining. Yeah, they're gonna get all the information. AI is gonna tell us, oh yeah, you guys are all fucking crazy.
Yeah, which we are, but that's probably a mixture between the way we've always been versus the way that society has pushed us.
Do you feel like we're getting worse with? Because you grew up. You were what, 1984 maybe?
1983, yeah.
83. I was 81, and so like, I had no internet for 12, 13 years, something like that.
Yeah.
For me, and then it was like really basic. Chat room, text only. Would jack off to the pictures that were just coming down like this, and you'd see a nipple,
Yeah. I used to walk in on my dad, and he would be looking at porn, smoking crack, and the picture would be loading, and it would load, and I'd be looking over his shoulder, and it would be like a T-girl. So you'd see this big dick, and I knew I didn't know he wasn't looking for T-girls, but like, I'd say, Dad, what are you? He's like, it's and I did watch it. No idea. I did watch it load in front of him, so he could have been wrong, but I never let him live it down. Yeah, I'm like, I caught you watching. But it's like, at the time, there was this thing where you'd see this line of like a girl, a photo set of her, and it was like, she's really attractive. She starts getting naked, shows her tits, and then all of a sudden, it shows her dick, and you got fooled into it. And that's what my dad was on. My dad was dumb as shit with porn. He would always download these things called porn dialers. And we get like a $300 phone bill because the porn dialer dials into like an island in Fiji or something that they get paid off of for the dialer, and it goes directly to your phone company. He was always getting scammed like that. My dad was an OG goon. Like, he was a gooner, man. I feel bad that wasn't of this time, but he was like half. He was half cowboy, like 1800s type of time. My dad would have ruled when there wasn't lawyers to stop you from fucking somebody up. My pops was that guy. Yeah. He was downtown Leroy Brown type of guy. He was a fighter. He would fucking knuckle dust you in an instant. He only lost one fight in his life, and he got jumped by a bunch of kids for his Jiffy Pop. He was walking with some Jiffy Pop, and they jumped him, and he was like, fuck this. He's like, I'm never losing another fight again. He was a bad son of a bitch.
Damn, dude.
But also, he loved his porn. And when he started getting access to computers and porn, he was a fucking gooner. He was getting himself into jerk trouble. He couldn't help it. Pops loved it.
I mean, it's such a wild transition, but for me, I'm glad that we knew what it was like before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I don't know if I would have survived high school if I had you saw how bad I was on the proof. Like, I'm not.
Yeah.
I would have talked way too much shit.
If people had cell phones in their pocket when I was in high school,
I didn't have one until I was 20.
Yeah, if they had cameras in their pocket that could upload to the internet immediately, I either would have been super famous or super fucked. Like, I would have done something so dope that like people would have loved it, or something so terrible that I would have been like done for.
I definitely would have been arrested for child porn, and I only mean this in the sense that like I would have sent a dick pic to everybody I knew. Like if I was 16, I would have just been like teacher, fucking neighbor, like and then it's an underage penis, so it's technically child porn.
Yeah,
like because men still act like that now.
I think kids have a lot to deal with in that realm, because you do dumb stuff like that when you're young, and it's terrible, and it's like technically that.
Yeah, and then it's very illegal.
Yeah, you shouldn't have that much power.
Flashing plus underage flashing.
Yeah. But luckily, we didn't have that. And hopefully we would have been part of the generation that were drilled into their head not to do that.
Do you know what's going on like down in Australia right now?
No,
they're making a minimum age for social media, so you have to be.
I heard about that. Yeah,
I actually I was talking to my parents earlier today. I think I maybe support this. I'm very usually against like censorship, obviously, but the older I get, the more I think a lot of this shit should be pushed back beyond 18.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad I didn't have a cell phone in my hand until I was 20. And I didn't have Facebook, MySpace, any of that during high school.
Does Mr. Beast survive that? Can people still watch his videos down there? or has YouTube become a social media platform?
I'm sure unless they make everyone, so like conspiracy theorists are saying, well, this is just how they make everyone ID themselves.
Yeah.
So it's not about the 16-year-olds, it's about the 19-year-olds, the 20-year-olds, because then to get on the internet, you have to be identified fully. But I feel like as someone who kind of understands IP addresses, I feel like you do have an internet fingerprint, whether or not you like it already, you know?
Yeah.
And unless you're using VPNs or you're good with that, we already know who you are, you know? So I don't know. I don't tend to like be paranoid about that. Plus, I don't do stuff where I should get pinched, you know?
Yeah.
My dick isn't 16 anymore.
Yeah,
it's 3 inches. No.
I don't get myself in trouble ever. I'm a very sweet, good kid, and I'm old as hell. I can't call myself a kid anymore, but I act like it. But a sweet kid, a good kid. Gotta be a good kid.
Sweet boy.
I'm a sweet boy.
What about you? Have you been listening to music? We got here from Tyler the Creator. We got to child porn from Tyler the Creator.
Oh. Shit. I don't really follow a lot of the new stuff. I get the events and I listen to like the old head stuff, like the Snoop I'll listen to, the Eminem stuff I'll listen to. When it comes to new music, I don't think I'm connected to it. I hear something, I like it, I go on Spotify and I just let it random. I go to I'll find a genre and I'll play it and I like everything, but I don't like stop and look up an artist if I like them. I'm like, oh, that was great. And I'll hear it like 1,000 times on a playlist. Then like 2 years later, I'll realize who or what it was. And I'm like, oh yeah, we love that. But I
feel like culturally we are adapting to how we receive music and things like that as well. Because a lot of times now it's snippets. You hear something for the first time through a meme that's like constructed on a TikTok, or you don't really know who's what or what's what, and you don't even know anymore what's fucking what you like.
Yeah.
And because we consume media in a different way, it's like I no longer sit down and listen to a full album, which is kind of sad.
Yeah.
But like that makes the need to make a full album as an artist kind of different. So I understand why new artists are making albums in ways I don't understand.
Yeah.
Because I consume them differently coming up, sit down, smoke a joint, listen to whole record play.
Yeah.
It's not in.
I do that all the time when it's like someone I know's album. I'm like, oh yeah,
because that's how you gave it the respect.
Yeah.
And that's how you like, what I loved about like listening to the album front to back in the day was you'd always have your favorite song, but then your real favorite song became the song after your favorite song because you get so amped up and then you listen through and be like, oh, now it's this song. And suddenly, it's like, that's how it worked. And now it's like, you just gotta make singles.
I think Exhibit's Restless album just worked through that, and every song became like a favorite because of that. Like, oh no, this is it. This is it.
Yeah. You just let it roll through. You want it. You know what? Were you a Gangstar fan?
Not deeply, but I liked them.
For some reason, I heard that they had Guru like vocal files. They're kind of like Tupacing into a new album over another, but I haven't been able to find it. I'm super interested. I thought Guru was really good, but don't know.
Yeah. There was like a period where all the music I took in was just local stuff. And then once I broke away from the local stuff, I didn't really go back to listening the way I did before.
Yeah.
And I didn't have the search for being in music, The beginning of my local music run, I was in everything. I was always looking for something.
Oh, me too.
Listen to everything, all the underground.
We're going back to top 5. You go first. Number 1 favorite local.
Local?
Yeah.
Oh man. It's so hard to say. I really like Larry Mizell's catalog from back in the day.
Woo!
I like all the groups he was in.
Was dope, and then
and
what was it? They Live.
They Live
was sick. Yeah,
and the Barfly Night Owls.
Okay.
I
love playing shows with Night Owls, man. They're fucking great.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna steal your thunder. My number 1, hands down, and it's actually my number 1 favorite rap record of all time, and you brought it up before, is Mingle.
Oh yeah,
so like Saturday Nights, Barfly and Tilson.
Yeah,
that's my shit. That's my number one. That's like if I went to top 5 hip hop albums of all time, that's my one.
Yeah,
and 2 is Far Side, Bizarre Ride 2.
Yeah,
you know, so like I'm going the Saturday Nights. I thought I was gonna I thought you had me.
No,
it's
it's definitely when I was saying Larry, I was like, when Larry Mizell Jr., when I was saying him, I'm thinking I am biting myself in the ass. Because I wouldn't say any of his projects were my favorite albums, but I think Mingle might be my favorite album locally.
It's so good.
But I really liked all his stuff he did with everybody.
Well, Larry's a better rapper than Barfly.
I love Barfly stuff,
dude,
man.
Barfly
I love Barfly.
Cleverest punchlines, great hooks.
Yeah.
And Larry's great.
Barfly has this thing to him that's almost like an extension of like the dude Lebowski.
Oh yeah.
He's just.
Did you read his book?
I'm a dickhead. I haven't. I don't read
awesome.
those. So.
It's awesome. Yeah. I was going through this phase where I was like trying to get cardio in, and I bought it. Luckily, it was during that phase. So I bought his book and then was like on an exercise bike reading it. It's the only reason why I got to read it. But it has this fucking touch on it. Like you know I'll give you my copy. It's
okay.
Or I don't shit. I mean, no, I won't. You're gonna buy it.
Yeah, right. Seth Looks in the chat gave a little super chat. Said I collect vinyl to make myself listen to whole albums.
Yes,
I think that's a great way to listen.
Hell yeah, that's a great way to
listen.
So you're 2 local.
Yeah, my number 2. This is very hard for me, like very hard, because I
know. I feel like I pulled the dick move and made you go first.
I don't. Well, because like I'm friends with some of these people, type of thing. So
we're friends with all of them. That's the best part. If there was someone that snubbed me, I'm not putting them on the list. You know, there's that.
As far as listening goes, I really like Sam LaChow's Smooth Listening.
Hell yeah, Sam's the guy.
Yeah,
Sam is the guy. When he was doing that fucking Shankbone stuff, it's like I don't know about this, but then I had to remember that dude was 17. I was making bad mixtapes when I was 23.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah. When
Sam's killing it.
His first solo album, I did a review of it on the 206 Proof, the old school Seattle fucking stomping ground forum website. And I did a review of it, and it stuck with him ever since. He like always had a little love for me because I gave it a shot when nobody was, and it was good. And every time he's put something out since then, it just felt elevated. His stuff with Raz he adds a whole element to it.
He's got personality. He's got soul. Like I put out this Cool Ethan project, the remix stuff.
Yeah,
got Sam on one of those songs. It's the highest streaming song.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a guy that his song is just, his music is just, it hits many levels for me. The beats are always like resonate, I guess. Like you can listen to music or you can feel music, you know?
Yeah.
And with a lot of his stuff, I feel it.
Rose got soul. He's got soul.
Yeah.
My 2 is our guy Murder Dice. I loved Slow Dance, Rudy and Murder Dice.
Yeah.
They have 2 records, Risk It All and Hunks. And those are both jams front to back. But just knowing Murder Dice for 25 years before he passed away, dude's got he's got a lot. He's got a lot to say. He's got different styles. Remember Thelonious London?
Yeah.
So like he was doing Slow Dance and Thelonious London was out, and he was like, man. And like before that, he was doing Gnarls Barkley came out. He had a record that sounded exactly like Gnarls Barkley.
Damn.
But he was always like a step ahead of these dudes, but like underground. So like, you know, it'd be popular like a year after he did his thing, and he's like, I gotta switch it up. And so finally with Slow Dance, he's just like, that was this fucking, I'm putting something out. But he had music for decades. It was great. So for me, number 2 is Slow Dance, Murder Dice.
Yeah. There's a time period where I was the biggest Ricky Farrow stan.
Yo,
and a lot
technology, online sodomy.
Yeah,
gotta be
clearly not a conspiracy theory, but probably.
Body waves.
Yeah,
yo, he's sick, man.
Dude.
He's like what Delsop, right?
Yeah,
Delva. Funky Homo Sapien plus Aesop Rock, Delsop.
Yeah. And I wasn't even fucking around with his rap shit. And he was like, I was in the studio all the time working with Isaac and everybody here at Undercast. And he was like, put a verse on my album. And I don't know if I would do this without him, you know? I don't know.
A bottle in front of me is a frontal lobotomy. That's it's like, man, this guy's sick.
Yeah. So
that album's great. Budo's great. Ricky's sick.
Yeah. He is so good that he can put out like a classic and then pull it offline because he's not happy with it. He'll erase his catalog and it's like, this is dope. He
actually has like a Tyler the Creator vibe to like, I feel like
dude, he's there's a lot of who I am comes from him.
Yeah.
Just because like I'm sitting there watching him do it and I'm like so into what he's doing when he's making this music early on that it inspired me to do some stuff too.
Well, shit. Your 3 is my 3, then I got to give it to my guy Greaves.
Yeah.
Our doppelgangers at Macklemore's show in 2005.
Yeah, right?
At someplace on Capitol Hill.
Right.
But yeah, no, Greaves.
It was the Mexican restaurant. It became the Mexican restaurant.
Yes, so you go downstairs.
Yeah.
Exactly. Remember we brought out the keyboard for it too.
Yep.
But yeah, Greaves is the man. He's always been the man. Really great dude.
Yeah, no, I love Greaves.
Yeah, solid motherfucker. And just to kind of vindicate it, because I used to freestyle a lot, and 2 times in my life I've gotten physical goosebumps and chills from someone freestyling, and one of those was Greaves was freestyling, and I was like, way before he was taking off, this kid's fucking good, you know? So Greaves, number 3.
Damn it. I'm like, no, I'm forgetting people too, you know? That's the problem here. I'm gonna go 4. I'm gonna go with the very first local rapper that I used to play all the time. I was Sir Mix-a-Lot all the time.
Yes,
I was bumping that shit.
We put him at number 1 over everything.
I mean,
fuck yeah.
I mean,
my posse's on Broadway.
Posse up.
We're literally like, we're gonna recreate the Dick's shot, the Dick's drive-in shot. It's like the Dookie chain. Mix is a classic, man. Love Mix. Yes.
Yeah, that was one of those childhood bumps. Like I had all his discs were Columbia Records, I think, right? So they all looked the same, and they like the Beavis and Butthead album movie album came out on the same thing, so it's like it's sitting next to my Sir Mix-a-Lot discs, and it's like the Sir Mix-a-Lots are the same, they look exactly the same, but they're like black and white, and the Beavis and Butthead one is like blue and yellow, and they're sitting in my CD case, and there's like I'm like this is they're connected somehow. Like it's like these moments where I'm a kid like learning about more about the business, but I'm like, God, I love Sir Mix-a-Lot, and I love Beavis and Butthead Do America as a soundtrack. This is great.
Dude, hell yeah. My 4, and I think honestly could be my 1, huge, massive fan of Grayskull. JFK and Henri, like as a unit, because I always thought JFK to me is maybe one of the best rappers I've ever heard in my life. Like, it's literally the acronym JFK. Do you know what it stands for?
Fuck. I knew it at one point.
It's Jeff the Filipino Killer.
Yep.
So because he sounds like Ghostface.
Yeah.
And he does. And I don't know if I should put JFK on blast like this, but he once rapped himself out of a DUI on Aurora. That's how good this motherfucker is at rapping. He got pulled over up on Aurora, had a few, allegedly. And the cops, started going through his trunk, and he has all these Grayskull CDs, and they're like, what is all this? And he's like, I'm a rapper. They're like, oh, you a rapper? Spit for us. And he rapped his way out of a DUI because he rapped so hard. They're
so
like,
cool.
Damn, you're fucking filthy. And of course, one of the cops is like, yeah, I'm working on my mixtape too. You know what I mean? Whatever. But Henri balances them out perfectly, man. They just got a great style. I love the records. I love Bloody Radio was excellent. Dead Livers was one of the first ones I loved.
Yeah.
And then Zenith was cool. I have a shout out in Zenith. JFK says something about a Dead Present type show. And that's like, he's talking about the juxtaposition of Dead Pres versus me, which like, to me, I'm like, that's an obvious collaboration. I don't know. Jeff, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Grayskull, number 4.
Yeah, I love those guys. Jeff is one of the most fun people to just like house party around.
The best.
He's
dude.
always, he's like, I don't know, the word capers. Like he's always up to some capers at the house party.
He's on some shit. Yeah.
He's great.
Him and Gomez decided they were gonna have a like who can hit each other harder in the face competition, and I don't know, guys, it's getting a lot from me. Like I'm a little bitch white dude. I don't know if you noticed. You know, like...
And Henri, the first live show I did in Seattle was at the Corner with Candid, and
shout out to Candid.
Yeah, sure. Candid did something real cool for
the scene,
us
baby.
With the Corner, and then he's been a guy out in the city forever. He's dope.
Yeah,
he's dope. He put me on the Corner before I even thought I was going to be a rapper. I just had a really good week where I won a battle rap against Mike Phenom and a donut eating contest.
Yeah,
I won him, and then Candid was like, "Hey, do you want to come do a show?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess so. I'll do the Corner."
This is logically the next step.
Spaceman, Fresh Espresso.
Ooh, Spaceman was sick.
Spaceman, Fresh Espresso, and I can't remember who the fourth group was on the Corner, but it was a good show. And Henri came up to me after the show and like gave me like really cool like accolades. You know, he gave me like something you respect that guy, and to get that, it's like. It gives you like the extra boost to like keep doing what you're doing. Because with me, you know, I could have gone anyway. I could have been whatever. Music wasn't a necessity. Entertainment kind of was.
Yeah,
I had to be an entertainer of some sort. But that's when I was like, okay, I feel really good about this. I'm gonna run with it. And that was cool. That was so I love those guys.
So your verse on Ricky's Civilization, 2005, 2006. That was one of the first verses you ever did?
That was the first verse
I ever did. That is insane, dude.
Yeah.
You had like a very good sense for intricate multis.
Yeah.
That's incredible. That's always been my favorite thing. That's why like if Louis Logic lived in Seattle, he would have been number 1. He's really good at multis. But like that's an dude, you don't want to hear my first verse. You don't even want to hear what I have for our next album. You know what I mean? That's wild. That's a fucking great first verse, man. You had natural talent,
but I like
to writing and
because okay. So if you say first verse, like I wrote shit in high school.
First recorded verse.
That was the first recorded verse.
No, that's I mean everyone. I feel like a Seattle thing was to beatbox and rap and sip 40s.
Yeah.
As a white guy, you know.
I think I had been coming to Undercast for like 3 years at that point or something like that.
Yes, you've been around it.
I was coming in doing like promotion, web promotion,
graphic design.
Yeah, graphic design, showing, throwing shows. I was behind the scenes guy, and I'd be freestyling with everybody, fucking around, little battle rap stuff. And he was like, "You could do a verse." He's like, "You could do it." He's like, "You're dope. You got this." He's like, "Write a verse." And I'm like, this guy who like Ricky Farrow, I am not going to half-ass this, you know? Like if I'm not getting on this, if I didn't have it in me, cause it's like, I wouldn't suck on his album. I think it was me and Jules Hunter were his 2 features on the album, friends, buddies, you know? And, it was precedent. Actually, was that the first one? Now I'm second guessing myself. That was the first verse that made it to an album. Sonny Bonaho did a song with me and Greasy Earl before that.
Oh,
called Bananas.
The name change.
Yeah, Greasy Earl and me were on Sonny Bonaho's.
Is Bono doing okay? I like the last.
I think he's doing all right. I keep up with him.
He's a Seattle legend too. I just love that dude, man.
Yeah,
he's one of a kind.
The second I saw him, he was a character, and I was very blessed to know him and be a part of his climb. He's a guy that helps me learn about myself and my character. He taught me how to eat chicken wings. So before I was the type of fucking guy that would leave all the meat on the bone, and he's like, no, watch this. There's a little twist thing, and I would never eat the flats because like, oh, I can't eat them. I'm dumb.
I don't do drumsticks. I only do flats.
Yeah, because flats are so easy now.
I like the flats.
I used to be a drumstick only guy.
Same with women, flats only. And they're actually guys. I'm gay. No.
Yeah.
All right. So what's your 5?
This is gonna piss you off.
Is it?
Yeah, because now you can't counter you.
Oh my god, that's fucked up.
Right?
No, that is fucked up.
I
feel
enjoy.
like that's a cop out.
It's not, man. I enjoy the funny type.
Okay, what
shit.
are your favorite 3 songs?
Man, that's my shit. It's like it's so good and so terrible. Ah, shit. That's my shit.
This guy's copping out.
No,
he's copping out live in front of.
It's fucked up for me to say this, but it's like when I think of local guys, man, like I enjoy the fuck out of the humor you bring and what you put into it. And I always like even the Let Go stuff. It's not my cup of tea, but it sounded fucking good. And now when we're working on this album, like you're the one setting the stage for all these songs. Like you're in New Zealand cracking shit out, sending them my way. And every time I get one, I'm like, oh, this is going to be fucking good. I love how easy it is for me to get like verses out and just mesh with you. Like we're
good team.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say we're off the table. You've ruined the conversation,
right? I fucked it up. if not you.
Yeah.
But I really do enjoy like Hallelujah, listening to that song, and I'm on it, and it's like it's a little bit of ego, but I'm like, fuck, I'm so glad that
you really crushed that. But
I'm so glad that you put me on this song. Without you, it's a tough one. There's so many people that like could be there, right? That's why you're there. Because I like you. I can't think of anybody that like stands out.
Nobody from Ballard.
Grinch. Yeah. I'll throw Grinch in. Like literally Grinch. It's like it's like if Grinch is there. Grinch, yeah.
Grinch is the best.
Yeah, like
Grinch is the fucking best.
I love
when
Grinch,
he turned 30, Dice and I did a Ballard pub crawl type thing. We ended up at my house in Greenwood, and I was all out of booze because I lived with Dice.
Yeah.
And all we had was like those like really sweet mixers, but there's booze in them. What are they called? Like not Ciroc, but they're like the 14%. Like
would it be like Hypnotic or something? Was one of them or something
not
else?
Hypnotic, like shit, but shit like that where like you put it in a little extra booze, but it's like sugar. Yeah. And so we drank a full bottle of a mixer.
A liqueur, or is it something different?
Yeah, something like that. I like not Cisco, fucking hell. But anyways, we drank that all and just threw up everywhere. Like it was fucking disgusting. Like the sugar intake from that was fucking gross. Just think really sugary wine. But yeah, Grinch is a great choice. I love Grinch. I love Not Me.
Well, I'm like, I'm like trying to think of all these, and like
I know
they're buddies of mine, and there's nobody that like that's not a buddy of mine that really. Oh, you know what? Actually, this sucks because now
bumping Grinch out.
Now that I'm thinking of it, someone who deserves to be on this list that I couldn't think of, Macintosh, Kwabi Macintosh. Fucking love that guy.
I don't even know if I know who that is.
He might actually bump you and Grinch.
Tell me about
Kwabi Macintosh. He's like a little bit of gangster. He's like gangster type. Gangster Billy the Fridge, dude.
That sounds like Redhead Steve.
And Nacho Picasso could be up here.
Yeah, Nacho's dope.
Macintosh, Nacho could be up here. Like there's so because as I'm going through, this is why I chose you, so I don't have to go through everybody else.
Like I just want this to be over.
Yeah, I was like, this is the dickhead move.
No,
but like when I start to actually open up and think beyond. Yeah, the Kwabi is Macintosh is fucking like you need to look at Macintosh.
I got to check this out.
Yeah, because you're gonna be like, oh, dude, Macintosh.
I feel bad for not knowing this.
The fact that Macintosh is actually you, but
good
gangster. but like
he has a dick. He actually has a fully formed male penis.
He's like what people think a rapper would be, but he also is like just fucking killing it with the videos, with the concept songs. He is fucking like Slightly Flagrant. You ever listen to them? Yeah, he did. It's his group with Tane. Man, they are fucking.
What area of town are they from?
South
side. None of the neighborhoods we picked in our top 5 neighborhoods.
Sorry,
just to clarify that.
Meet me in Georgetown.
Hey, for the record, Greaves lives in Tacoma, so South Side.
No, there's so many dope people though. Like it's like once it gets past like the ones that really have like meaning, like a very close connection to me, it's just a flood. Like you can't not name 100 people that I love, you know?
Yeah. No, I mean, I think that's something we share in common is like, really, I love the whole community, you know? Like we were like joking around. We want to bring up the people, but like even the people that are jokes, I enjoy that are in the community.
So in the internet, there's a term called lolcow. Are you familiar with lolcows?
No.
Lolcows are people who are basically milked for humor. Like they feed into the trolling. They're
like Sea Crips and crew or
man, we had some Seattle.
We had some great ones.
Seattle hip hop lolcows in back in the day.
It kept us all afloat.
Yeah.
Holy shit. My 5 is a group called James Bond Villain, which is Rick Rude from Fresh Espresso.
Yeah.
And then Greg Cypher, who used to be in Kung Fu Grip.
Yeah.
But they just had a debut album, which is solid, but just those two as individuals, Greg Cypher is producer and rapper, and Rick is just one of the more dynamic MCs from the area. So that's why, to me, James Bond Villain, number 5. But hey, we made it out. We made it out alive.
Yeah, I did not want to do that.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry I sprung that on you. No, and then
they're dope.
You were tied at number 6 for me with Grinch and C-Clips
and 100 other people.
No, I for real love them all though. There's like, like that's no joke.
I really do love what you bring to the table though, because it's like if I made music for me, which I don't.
Yeah.
like
right.
I would like the same as like you like I love that shit. I love that shit. But I make music to make people like think and smile.
We like
and
to
laugh,
make people laugh, and exactly.
Yeah.
So like we're not gonna emulate anybody on our top 5 list. You know, like I've learned cadences from Greaves, like you've learned cadences from Ricky Farrow, and you know, I've learned lots of different things from song structure, or you know, the person producing our album, Smoke, did a lot of Grayskull stuff, you know.
Smoke.
And it's like shout out to Smoke.
Smoke's killing it on this album.
I love him. He is the best.
He's a
teddy bear.
He really is. He's a very sweet guy. You see it
giant,
in his
cool, awesome,
personal
very
life.
Intelligent guy.
He's just
hot wife, cool kids. He's just fucking crushing life.
He's
actually fuck Smoke. You know?
He's like Zach from Saved by the Bell, but Northwest hip hop.
And didn't die in a motorcycle accident, but maybe he did. But
shit! No, Zach made it to the TV show, the reboot. He's good. He was governor of California. Well,
yeah. It was like.
It was weird how many rumors there were of people who died in a motorcycle accident, and then how many actually did and how many didn't. I think it might be Mandela effect, where like one person. Remember when the Ultimate Warrior was dead before he was
Fridge
dead?
and Type 2, we need to do a Mandela effect song. That's my favorite shit. What's your favorite Mandela effect? Top 5 men. No, just.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I feel like the introductory one is Berenstain Bear.
It is, yeah. That was where I got into
Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that. Do you see the TikTok video of the guy walking in and out of a room where it changes and people are like, okay, bro, nice, okay. Man, some of those are good though. Like there's GIF, and Jiffy.
Yeah, which I get that. That's Jif and Skippy. So Skippy peanut butter makes people think Jiffy.
And you say I'm in a Jiffy, yeah. That's easily explained. The weirder one to me, which I'm still like not sure where I land on it, straight up, is Shazam. I know it's what Kazam is Shaq movie and Shazam is with Sinbad doesn't exist. but I'm still not sure because I'm like pretty fucking sure I saw the movie still. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
I was a big Shaq fan and a big Sinbad fan. I didn't confuse them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what? That shit was real.
Yeah.
That shit was real.
My buddy Joe's in the chat right now says Fruit of the Loom cornucopia.
Mm-hmm.
That's
there's a logo with it and without it. And that's one I get caught up on too, straight up.
So there's no cornucopia.
Yeah.
I remember the cornucopia,
I do
dude.
Too. It was there.
Like it's no way it's not there.
It's fucking there.
There's some shit. I think there's a logical explanation for this. We are in a simulation.
Yes.
And there are updates. There are updates.
Mm-hmm.
And in the updates, some things get updated and the old versions are left in our cache.
Yeah.
So we have like the cache memory, but it's not actually what it is now. I do think we lived through all this.
There was a guy who was studying at one of the bigger universities. It was on the East Coast, so it's not fucking Harvard, but it's like and he was trying to disprove simulation theory, and he put it through like 3 basic testing things and pretty much proved that it is more likely than not we are in a simulation, which I loved. Like, I always trust it when it's coming from someone that's like, I don't like this, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, you get it down to math and like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think that COVID was a big server reboot, and we had to all stay inside for considerable amount of time while they switched us from what would have been an apocalypse level event because we couldn't exist on the old server, and they decided to keep us around, and they updated us. They put us on a backup server while we sat inside, and now we're good for like another timeline.
How long have we been running?
The actual simulation?
No.
Oh, the show.
The show.
We're 126, so 126. we're about to the sweet spot where we wind down.
Okay, because I got to pee super bad.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, we will cut down now.
Dude,
I think.
I love talking to you.
Yeah,
one of my best buds.
Brother.
Can't wait to put out this record. Billy the Fridge and the MC Type.
Yes.
Fridge and Type, produced by Smoke. 13 songs, fucking ridiculous. I'll let you sign off while
Yes, go take a whiz. Ladies and gentlemen in the audience, my buddy, the MC Type, you've seen us together on projects, you know, the Sex Symbols video. If you haven't seen it, it's on my channel, it's on his channel. His channel is the uncensored version. But check us out, check out his music, check out the stuff I've done with him. This new album is going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited to share it with y'all. Yeah, Joey, my brother Joey, good to see you too. I am going to wrap this up. Big Chillin' at Billy the Fridge. Find me online. You know the deal. J-Man says, are you still in touch with Leafy is here? I have not talked to him for a minute. It's about to be gone in a minute. You guys have a good night. Thank you. Big Chillin', Billy Chillin'.